Good evening, Eifer here as always, and welcome to today's episode of Eifer Rates. Alright guys, before we get started, I just want to talk to you really quick about the FDA. So, the FDA is trying to ban about 99% of all vaping products. So if you're a vapor or you know somebody who is, and you know that it is a healthier alternative to smoking, you don't want to see your friend or yourself, or you don't want to see yourself going back to smoking because you can't get the vaping products that you want anymore, and all of them are made by a big tobacco, then you need to go to CASA.org. You need to go to safada.org, Not Blowing Smoke, the Vaping Militia, what's it called? What else is the American Vapor Society? And you need to contact your representatives, your senators, your whatever else there is, all your representatives, and tell them that they need to support H.R. 2058, support the Cole Bishop Amendment, and do whatever is necessary to push back these deeming regs that the FDA is putting out. Because if you don't, then this, these, and in case you didn't know, it's MechMod, this even, none of it is going to matter. You won't be able to get any of them because they'll be gone. So with that in mind, I just wanted to give you guys a quick reminder about that. Let's get on to the episode of Eifer Rates right after this. Alright guys, so in this episode of Eifer Rates, we are going to be talking about the latest Gears of War 4 trailer. It's called Nightmare Reborn. And first we're going to watch the trailer. I'm going to watch it, and then we're going to talk about it, and I'll give you my feelings on it. So let's get started. Get the hair out of the way of the headphones. Good enough for this. Get that out of the way. Alright, let's go.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because the visions of left its scenes while I was sleeping. A vision that was planted in me, still within the sound of silence.
Okay, sorry, a little emotional. I'm a big friggin' Gears of War nerd. Okay, I need to take like 1 second to compose myself for a sec here. I apologize. I don't normally interrupt my reviews, but I need to say to compose myself because that was just fantastic. So I'll be right back in one second. So, first and foremost, we see Marcus. It's the first thing we see is Marcus, and he's digging a hole. First thing I thought immediately was, this must not be too far after Gears 3, and he's burying whatever's left of Dom. But then we see him pick up a tree. And then we see a little kid, obviously JD. We know now is JD from, he's the star, I guess you could say, of the next game, with Anya, and he's planting a tree with his family in his yard, and it's beautiful. A beautiful little family moment. Still no explanation yet as to how Anya is able to have kids, because if you've read any of the novels, you know that she is unable to have children. Spoiler alert, a little late, if you've never read the novels, but it's a bit of backstory that is relevant here. How is Anya able to have kids if in the books she's not? And the books, by the way, are written by Karen Travis, and she wrote pretty much the entire story for the games, so what she writes in the books is absolutely canon. That's important here. So I'm hoping we get an explanation from that, maybe in another book, or maybe they'll explain it somehow in the story of the game. I don't know. But that was fantastic. So, as you saw, Marcus carves something into the tree, and then the carving is in the tree that he holds up against. So he must be, that part of the game, or whatever, must be at his home. And then that music, the choice of music was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. It's probably one of I'm a huge Disturbed fan, and the fact that they chose Disturbed's cover of The Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel is nothing short of amazing to me. Every Gears of War trailer that I've seen has been fantastic so far, from the very first Gears of War trailer, the second Gears of War, etc., etc. The music has always been, or at least in the Gears of War 3 trailer, I don't remember what the music in the first two was, but I looked them up just to see them. I think there was a trailer for the first one. There might not have been. I might be mistaken about that, but I'm more than 99% sure that there was a trailer for 2. You can probably look it up. Or I'm just imagining things. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling here. I apologize. I might be imagining that, though. And if there wasn't, then it was probably a fan-made thing. I don't know. Once again, rambling. Anyway, back to the actual video. So, the choice of music was perfect. It set the tone for this game absolutely perfectly. And I don't know what to say. I'm still a little wow. By the way, I'll be honest with you, this is not my first viewing of the trailer. This is about the third viewing of the trailer, and every time it just gets to me. It hits me really hard. Oh, and I apologize. I know some of you probably never played the games before, and maybe you plan on playing this one. I apologize. I ruined the part of the ending for Gears of War. Yeah. It should be, Gears of War 3, it should be common knowledge by now, but Dom Santiago, one of the other main characters, dies. Which was as a result of voting by the players. Which we weren't really fully informed. Sorry, I need a vape. So I'm doing a little drip in the middle of this video. I'm probably going to be vaping throughout it. So, that's why I thought maybe, each time I see him digging, even though I've seen the trailer twice now, each time I see him digging, I automatically think that it was like symbolically burying Dom, or in this case, because I haven't seen the trailer in a few weeks, I forgot about the tree, and I thought maybe it was supposed to be him burying Dom. I don't know. But that's what we obviously know what it was. It was a tree. Sorry. So, I don't know. I guess in a way that could be symbolism there. It was odd as a Gears fan. It was odd seeing Marcus smiling because he doesn't smile throughout the entire series. He's known for not smiling in the books, and people are taken aback basically when he does. So that's basically the tone. That's basically, it's nice to see that he has a moment in his life where he's actually happy. That's great. That resolves a lot of problems, a lot of issues, I guess, we had with the character. Because if you play these games as religiously as I do, the only thing you want is to see Marcus happy. You wanted to see Dom happy too, but unfortunately, like I said, he doesn't make it to the end of the game. In this thing that they did, it was they had an online thing on Xbox Live. You could buy one T-shirt for your character that says "Let what's his name, Carmine live, kill Carmine," and I voted to let him live, and indirectly voted to have somebody else die. We didn't know that was going to happen at the time. It kind of pissed me off, but that's me taking a video game story a little too seriously, I know. Anyway, I'm sorry for the little ramble, but I love Gears of War, and I just don't get to talk about it very often because I don't really have any friends around here that play the damn game. The couple of people who do, one is in another state, the other one's my fiance. And we don't talk about it nearly as much as I'd like to, because I love talking about video games all the time, every day, and all that. Once again, I apologize for rambling. So let's actually get to that was the review portion. Let's get to the rating. Now, I want to give this a 5 out of 5 stars, or 5 out of 5 Crimson Omens. Actually, I want to give this an infinite number of, stars. But I think that's unfair. Because that means... I was listening to Nick Green, Grim Green, talk in his vlog the other day. This is not a ramble, this is an explanation of why I'm not doing that. And he was like, I want to give this, whatever, I don't remember what it was. I want to give it, 10 stars. If I were to give it a rating, I would give it a 10-star rating. But in his mind, that means that nothing else could be better. And that kind of makes sense to me. But at the same time, lots of things get 5-star ratings. And that doesn't mean nothing else can be better. But, so I'm kind of on the fence about it. I think I'm going to do the diplomatic thing, so to speak, and give this a 4.9 out of a possible 5 stars. Not that I had any issues with it, other than, like, some superficial stuff, and and because it raises a couple of questions more than it answers. I mean, the fact that JD exists raises questions that I want answers to. How does he exist? Anya can't get pregnant and therefore can't give birth. But he looks like a almost perfect mix of his father and his mother. I know it's just a video game, but nerd. We overanalyze these things. And from a story perspective, it doesn't make sense to me. So that's like super, super, super nitpicky crap that I could really ignore and give this a 5 out of 5. But it's a 4.9. 4.9 out of a possible 5. Officially. Unofficially, it is a 5 out of 5. You'll probably see 5 little crimson omens going across the screen right about now. And this has been a very, very long episode of Eifer Rates, so we're going to wrap it up right now. So I'm going to say DFTBA, vape on, and I'll see you in the next video. End card. I know this is a really, really, really long video already, but I have to put this here. So, I just want to reiterate to you guys that if you have a friend or a family member who is vaping, or if you are a vapor yourself, and you don't want to see any of this go away, you need to go to the links in the description and do calls to action. Call, email, snail mail, whatever you need to do, your representatives, and tell them to support HR 2058 and the Cole-Bishop Amendment. Real quick, I just want to point this out. There have been rumors going around that HR 2058 is dead. Those are completely unfounded. They are not true. I don't know why I have that on my finger. They're absolutely not true. It's very, very much alive and well because they keep getting co-signers on it. Dead bills or whatever don't get co-signers. That's just a fact. So support HR 2058, support the Cole-Bishop Amendment, get your representatives to do the same, get them to co-sign on it, and we'll keep vaping alive, and we'll be able to do what we do, how we like to, without big tobacco interfering and being the only organizations in the world who can produce, or at least in the United States, who can produce vaping products, which they probably won't do anyway. Anyway, once again, DFTBA, vape on. Quick little drippy drew. I know, bad timing. But vape on and take it deep.